You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes for my water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This
Can you dig it?
I'm so scared of this episode of Triviality. Right, Matt?
Yes.
Why am I so scared, Neal?
Oh my gosh, guys, Jeff tried to talk down the killer and he cut his head off. He said you're not using a machete, you're using just a long Bowie knife, and he cut his head off.
Must be a Halloween episode, right?
Yes, this year I dressed up as the guy who wouldn't play along with the bit. Coming to you live from the Amityville Horror House. My name is Matt. I will be hosting this game today. Obviously, joining me is going to be Neal, Ken, and Jeff. How are you guys doing
The horrifying panel.
I'm glad that the trope of me dying first has stuck around.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it has to. I mean, that's just, it's written in the
makes
cards.
Sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm doing well. We got a little bit of candy today. We went trick-or-treating. We were promptly told to leave because we're adults. And
it's illegal to trick-or-treat.
We didn't have any kids with us.
In our county.
Well, yeah, we didn't have any kids, but we were dressed like kids. I thought it would be fine.
It is, yeah. If you're over 12, it's illegal to trick-or-treat in certain counties.
Not aware of that.
I was wearing a diaper. Don't get
Party
me.
poopers.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want those nickels.
You know who did probably do some trick-or-treating with his kid, though, today?
It might be our Skype guest, Mike Casey, Cruiserweight Champion from Rhode Island. Mike, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. We were overjoyed to see the video that you posted to the crop of your son Nolan doing the cream of the crop impression.
The cream of the crop.
It's pretty good. I think we'll drop that one in today. What do you think, guys?
I think we should, as a tribute to Nolan and Mike. He's the only child that I know that refuses to shoot on digital. So, just a great kid.
He listens to the show in the back of the car when I'm driving and just repeats that over and over and over again. The cream of the crop.
Yeah, kids love repetitive things. Our show's pretty great for them.
Repetitive losing, great for kids.
And he likes Ken a lot, too, because he's a big Garfield fan.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, what are the teams going to be today, guys?
Well, I'm going to play with Mike. So Mike was introduced to the show by our friend Lee DeGeorge.
Yep.
So thank you, Lee, for introducing us. And Mike, I don't know too much about you, so before we pick a team, I got to figure out who you are. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm the vice president of an escape room company called the Riddle Room.
And you know Lee? Surprising.
Yep, I met Lee as a customer. He came in with Amy Duncan Williamson, and they have introduced me to trivia everywhere.
That's awesome, and we appreciate you listening to the show. So Mike had a story about a friend of his regarding Vincent Price. I immediately said that we should be called the Abominable Dr. Phoebes. Movie with Joseph Cotton and
a
Vincent
reference
Price.
that 4 people get.
Yeah,
right.
perfect.
That only 4 people get. Love, and the reason I like it is because the tagline is love means never having to say you're ugly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway,
so it works for you, is what you're saying?
Works for me, but Mike actually, I think, enjoys House of Wax more, so I think we're going to be House of Slacks.
The Vincent Price-themed Pants Emporium, right?
Yes, the main competitor to Burlington Coat Factory. And Mike, why are we going with Vincent Price?
Because a friend of mine who he was a big Hollywood collector had a face mask of Vincent Price, and he gave it to me as a Christmas present one year, a birthday present. I can't remember.
That's the coolest thing, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think at a certain Patreon level, Jeff, you can get masks of us.
Yeah, I'd be willing to imprint my face for money.
Anything for money.
Yeah. Well, if it's for money.
Well, I'm going to be teaming up with Jeff here. Before the.
Do you have a pants-based name as well?
I don't, but before the episode, I got a call from Jimmy Bose.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we heard from him, but I guess he's back. I asked him what his favorite horror movie was. He said Carnival of Souls.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be the Carnival of Bose.
I love it every time. Well, now that we know what the teams are, let's find out how the game is played. Rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop.
Oh, a little spooky reading today.
Yeah.
Very ethereal, like he was floating around.
Yeah.
I was very terrified, but then Nolan's cream of the crop came in and I felt all better.
Yeah, really settled it down a little bit. All right, well, you guys ready for this tangentially Halloween-themed game?
I don't know. How scary is it? On a scale of 1 to scream.
I was going to go on a scale of 1 to werewolf bar mitzvah.
Oh, werewolf bar mitzvah is not scary. Well, it's spooky scary. So I think we can just continue with this game. You guys ready for question 1?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Question 1. This standard Halloween activity is said to come from a Roman harvest festival honoring Pomona, a goddess of a particular type of tree.
I think we're okay here.
They're locked in over there, Mike. Do you have any ideas on this one? I have a guess, but
I think it's is it bobbing for apples?
I was actually thinking the same thing. I think there's an apple tree. I don't know if Pomona, if that's a type of apple. I don't know, but I like that answer. Do you want to lock that in?
Yeah, I like that.
All right, we're going to be bobbing for apples over here.
How coincidental, because we said bobbing for apples.
Well, the answer is apple bobbing, so you're both wrong.
Oh.
You have to say it the way I wrote it.
Have you guys ever bobbed for an apple?
Never.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's usually unsuccessful. It's pretty hard.
I know it is pretty hard.
Is it vegan?
It's vegan. Well, it depends whose face has been in the water first.
That's a good point. I hear it's a type of torture when you can just dip someone's head in the water.
It's not fun. It's just disgusting.
That's waterboarding.
Well, Jeff said, "Do you want to bob for apples?" I said, "Yeah," and then he pushed my face into the water, and there was no apples in the pan. He just held me down. He said it was rich character learning.
Well, I think we should move on to question 2. Speaking of apple bobbing, the mystery novel Halloween Party, about a girl who is drowned apple bobbing, was written by this prolific English author. I haven't read it, so I'm not sure if Miss Marple is in it.
Oh, Mike, I think I can lock it in for us over here if you want.
Yeah. I'm sure you have the same answer I have.
I'm not totally familiar with Miss Marple, but is it maybe Agatha Christie? Does that sound right? Is Miss Marple one of her characters along with Poirot?
Yeah. Sounds possible.
I mean, Poirot.
Hercule.
Should we go for it?
Sure.
All right. We're going to go with Agatha Christie.
Okay.
Yep, and we did not go with her namesake from Game of Thrones, Gwendolyn Christie. We went with Agatha Christie.
The answer is Agatha Christie.
Yay.
Nice start for this game.
Yeah.
This is what's crazy.
We have a group of old women that come into my escape room, and they play all of our escape games, and their team name is Miss Marple's Rejects. So that one was
Ooh, I really like that.
Let's move on to question 3. In the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, how many people are actually killed with a chainsaw?
The original?
The original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'd buy that. I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
but
we just have to guess on this one, so we're guessing.
Oh, you're guessing? Okay. Mike, anything on this?
I mean, I can run down. There's at least 5 that I can think of, I think. 5.
Killed by a chainsaw?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm trying to think. I mean, someone's impaled by a hook.
Are you thinking of the Oregon Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah. Because they do. Then they hang someone. I know he hangs someone, right? And then he chainsaws them. I thought.
Wait, he hangs someone on a hook.
But what is the cause of death?
That's a good question.
And then the family, there's people dead upstairs. I think it's pretty low.
Could it even be 0?
Maybe 0 or 1. I don't know. What do you want to go with? You said 5, but I just don't think it's that many.
I think, well, you talked me out of that. I think I'm just kind of melding them all together now.
Okay. I could be way off because I'm just thinking of the movie here, but let's just go with 0.
Well, it is about the movie, so that was the right, right way to think.
All right.
So they're going with 0. We're going with a low number as well.
2.
So I believe there was 5 killed in the movie altogether, but just 1 was killed by chainsaw. So the answer was 1.
Wouldn't call it a massacre.
Well, 5 killed altogether.
And over the course of his sequels, I believe it's almost like 40 or 50.
And frankly, if one person is killed by chainsaw, that's the one that's probably going to stand out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fans of the sequels with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger over here. Matt, it's his favorite. And Edward Hopper.
Yeah.
Edward Hopper. Wait, no, that's the painter. Dennis Hopper. famed painter. Edward Hopper.
I think you've been drinking too many Pabst Blue Ribbons.
I think you're right.
All right. Question 4. Renfield syndrome is an obsession with what? Hint, it's not about being upstaged by your more popular friend.
I know I've read about this like recently. And I'm trying to think of how it's got to be related to Halloween in some way. So,
Mike, I think I have an idea. I'm just going to lock in for the sake of it.
Yep.
Okay. So Renfield is a character from Dracula.
Okay.
He's basically locked up in a loony bin because he's got some kind of psychic connection to Dracula, and he kind of knows he's coming to London.
Okay.
And he does go on like some crazy rants about like spiders and things.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's obsessed with vampires or the spiders. Maybe we should say spiders. I remember there's a lot of spider imagery that he gets into.
Could it be one of those like types of things where you like have like faulty tactile sensations, like spiders are crawling on you or something?
Spiders?
Spiders works for me.
All right, we're gonna go with spiders.
Okay, you guys are locked in with spiders.
Tactile sensation sounds like my night terrors that I get every once in a while.
Ugh, rough.
Yeah, they're terrible. So, Mike, I know we were kind of talking about this. Renfield, I believe, is from Dracula, and he's a loony, like Ken said. Basically, everything Ken said. I just assumed we were going for the easy answer, and I'm guessing he's obsessed with vampires because I know he's obsessed with Dracula. I think so. I just locked in with vampires.
I like it.
Could also be the moon, maybe.
So Renfield syndrome is actually when someone has an obsession with drinking blood.
Okay.
Because Renfield was Dracula's friend or person he had the connection with, and he would drink blood as well.
Kind of a ghoul.
I think. He thought that drinking the blood would give him the life force of whatever he was drinking the blood from.
And so that's why you do it.
Yeah, yeah. Got to stay young.
Trying to get their tasty courage.
It's a young man's game. That's how it is. Moving on to question 5. In the classic Simpsons Treehouse of Horror 7 segment, Citizen King, what 2 politicians do the aliens impersonate in a plot to take over the world?
We're going to lock in.
Do you watch The Simpsons, Mike? I don't watch it, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I do. And I remember this episode, but have no recollection at all.
Do you have any clues, like maybe a way to figure out if they're famous people?
So this is let's go with this. Let's think at the time period, because it's what did you specifically say 7?
Yes, Treehouse of Horror 7.
All right, so we're going to be looking at 90s.
Okay, so maybe like
JFK Jr. maybe.
Yeah, JFK Jr. Or if they could go Bush and Dan Quayle, or Clinton and Bush, or Clinton and Gore maybe. Or Perot. Ross Perot seems like a Simpsons character wannabe.
That does seem like, yeah, it does.
Do you want to go like Ross Perot and Bush?
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. All right. They just look funny. All right, Ross Perot and Bush.
So I think this was a little later, and we said Clinton and Bob Dole.
The answer is Bill Clinton and Bob Dole.
Bob Dole would vote for Bob Dole.
Ross Perot's actually in that episode as well.
Because of course he is.
Well, because they said they have to vote for one of them. It's a 2-party system, and the guy says, "I believe I'll vote for a third party." And then Bob Dole's alien says, "Go ahead, throw your vote away." And then Ross Perot punches through his hat.
And don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Yeah, it's all from that episode.
We tried, Mike.
You guys were
close.
close.
I think we were getting there. We were close.
I think you're off on just by a couple years there.
Yeah, me never having seen that episode was not bad.
All right, so after 5 questions, we're doing pretty good. We got 30 points, and these guys have 20 points across from us at House of Slacks.
All right. Moving on to question 6. According to Halloween lore, if you stare into a mirror at midnight on Halloween, who will you see in the reflection?
I know this one for sure, Neal.
Okay, yeah, let's have you lock in.
All right.
I haven't heard it put this way, but the 2 people who appear behind you in the mirror, I think, are Candyman and Bloody Mary, right?
What is this in reference to?
Just urban legend.
Oh, I don't know the urban legends.
Hey, Mary, if you need some new slacks, House of Slacks on sale.
I thought both of them, though, you had to say Candyman and Bloody Mary to invoke their presence. But what do you think?
I'm good to go with that.
Let's say Bloody Mary.
Okay.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
I'm pretty sure you said it's a person you see in the mirror after midnight, right? So I think the old folklore there is your future husband or wife.
The answer is your future husband or wife.
What if your future husband or wife is Bloody Mary or Candyman, though?
Half points for you guys.
Well, I know I have fluorescent light bulbs in my bathroom, so the person I see staring back at me is nobody I want to see.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I wish when I stare in the mirror, I see someone that I'm proud of, but I don't.
No. Oh, it's depressing.
Turns out the darkest part of the Halloween episode is us.
Yeah.
Our internal demons.
Spooky.
Moving on to question 7. In a standard piece of classic candy corn, what is the order of the colors from the base to the tip?
What's so funny, Neal?
From the base to the tip.
Nothing's funny. I just love orange.
Yeah.
That's all. Can you picture this, Mike?
I love Ken's diagram.
I have the 3 colors. There's 2 that I'm not sure if I have them reversed or not.
Think about a piece of corn, though. All right, we're locked in. All
right, so tell me what you think, Mike, because I just saw a bowl of candy corn at work that people were eating out of, and I'm trying to picture it.
I can't picture it.
From the base, would you go white, yellow, orange, or white, orange, yellow? I think it's now that you're stirring something inside of me.
So let me think about the base really quick. I think it actually might be a white bottom, not red bottoms. White bottom, yellow, and then orange.
Okay, I like it.
You like it? All right, we're going to go with that's our order. The orange tip, yellow medium, and and white bottom.
The yellow medium.
So I think we're going the opposite direction. So we're saying that the wide end is orange, and then in the middle yellow, and then the tip is white, like an actual piece of corn would be.
Unfortunately, no points there. The base is actually yellow. The medium is said is orange, and we got a white tip there.
All right.
What do you call the medium? I tried to say I was going to say something else.
The middle. There's a top and bottom.
I was going to say shaft, but I didn't.
Shut your mouth.
The candy corn shaft.
Yes. I think it's best that we move on to question 8. This aptly named Canadian actor was born on Halloween and will go on to play a cool uncle, an Olympic coach, and the polka king of the Midwest.
I got it.
Looks like we are locking in here.
Yeah, Neal, I know you know this one, right?
Yep.
So it's John Candy?
Yep. Polka King of the Midwest is a great reference to Home Alone 2. Home Alone?
No, it's the first one.
First one.
Yep.
Either way, it is John Candy.
Yep. The answer is John Candy, born on Halloween. That's kind of fun, right?
I didn't know he was born on Halloween.
There you go. There's not many celebrities, so when you look it up.
I can't remember if he played Neal or Del in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But that would have been a nice reference if it was Neal.
Yeah, it was hard to go with one. I guess that wasn't like too well known, so I went with Cool Runnings, Uncle Buck, and Home Alone.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Camp Candy?
I loved Camp Candy.
What was that?
It was a cartoon where he played a camp counselor.
I had no idea about that.
It was kind of like the precursor to Life with Louie. If you remember.
I remember that. I do want to say, because it's the Halloween episode, I was just informed on Twitter yesterday that Erie, Indiana, one of my favorite shows as a kid, is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
all of it.
Good.
Hey. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I watched Are You Afraid of the Dark recently on Amazon Prime, and it was very enjoyable.
It's a classic.
They rebooted it, and it's probably not going to be good.
I agree.
All right, question 9. The most popular costumes of 2018 were characters from this game. Looks like dentists weren't the only ones suggesting flossing this past Halloween.
Okay, we're locked in.
I don't remember the names now, but there's a couple of popular first person shooters, right? The pub one and the other one.
Yeah, Fortnite.
The one with the dancing Fortnite. That's the one.
I don't know if that has anything to... Oh, flossing with dentists. Oh, right. Everyone flosses in Fortnite. Yeah, it's Fortnite. Do you mind if we lock in with that?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
We are going with Fortnite.
Yes. Fortnite, tons and tons of Fortnite characters all over the internet. And doing that flossing dance and doing it poorly.
Can anyone here do the flossing dance?
I can do it badly.
Yeah.
I haven't mastered it yet, and it really makes me angry.
It's become the thing where, like, at any sporting event, if the camera goes on somebody, immediately they stand up and they're like, I got to floss
and
right now.
They're so fucking good at it.
No,
it's like crazy.
So I was at the a coffee company leadership event. And
Coffee cup leadership event.
They had the camera come on, and you see a bunch of 40-year-old white women flossing. It's not great, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't ideal.
Mike does
maybe that should be a wager in a future episode.
I like that.
Fortnite dances.
Seeing if we can learn how to floss.
Yeah.
Mike, does Nolan floss?
No.
He doesn't. How about his teeth?
No.
Okay.
Oh for 2.
Oh
That's
for
a
2.
shame.
I think he's too young for both.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish out round 1 with question 10. In the classic Halloween episode Slutty Pumpkin, Ted goes to a Halloween party year after year wearing this very dated joke costume from the year 2000 in hopes of running into his lady friend again. The costume might have played better in Florida.
All right. Mike, if you don't know it, I know it and I can lock in.
Yeah, you can lock in with that.
This is How I Met Your Mother.
It is.
And I remember the episodes. I'm just trying to remember the horrible costume that he's always in.
Is he a hanging Chad?
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yep, he's a hanging Chad.
He is a hanging Chad.
I couldn't remember if that was from How I Met Your Mother or another show, but I figured if I said it, you'd remember.
Okay, so on this terrifying episode, it looks like we are tied at 60-60. And in the meantime, before we jump over to the swing round, can you remind everybody how to find us on Patreon?
I certainly can. I've done this a lot, so I'm well practiced. Link is in the show notes as always, but also you can just go directly to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to explore all of the options that you can, all of the tiers to support the show at. We're very appreciative of our Patreon supporters. They are the entire reason that the show can exist. I could go on at length. I really could about how it's, the entire reason we do the show, not just the supporters, but the listeners. You can support us in other ways as well if you would not like to or can't make a financial contribution to the show, just by telling a friend, rating and reviewing us on iTunes. But
or buy a T-shirt.
Or buy a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Our shop's open and new T-shirts coming out.
And guess what? Christmas is not that far away.
Yeah,
it's true.
A tote bag would make a nice gift.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'd love to open up a tote.
Mm-hmm.
We've also currently got designs only running for the next 4 weeks at this point until we finish Bloodsport, and they will never be they'll never be here again. So if you're interested in any of those custom designs that we're running for a limited time, check them out. That is at inkedandscreened.com, and link is also in the show notes.
Yep, don't miss that. Buy some stuff. Stop over at Patreon and pick up your swag there too.
All right, you guys ready for the swing round?
Yes, please.
All right, this swing round is going to be called Screamquels. I couldn't think of a good name for it. These are movie sequels and horror franchises. I'm going to give you the subtitle to the sequel. You have to tell me what franchise it is, basically. You guys ready for them?
We'll try.
There's going to be 5 points apiece. All right. Number 1, Fields of Terror, 1998. I'm going to give you the year as well, make it a little easier. Because if you look at it, there's about 20 different movies that have a movie called The Final Chapter.
That isn't the final chapter.
They are never the final chapter. So yeah. Number 2, Hellworld, 2005. Number 3, Back to the Hood, 2003. Number 4, Jason Lives, 1986. That's a tough one. Number 5, Resurrection, 1997. Number 6, Election Year, 2016. Number 7, The Next Generation, 1994. Number 8, Season of the Witch, 1982. Number 9, The Ghost Dimension, 2015. And number 10, Oh Hell No, 2015.
Okay, well, we think about these answers. Neal, you said you had some talk about Bloodsport that you wanted to drop right now.
Yes, if you've been enjoying Bloodsport, our bonus mini-series that was brought to us by Ryan Clefcorn Myers, you can either be listening to
Excuse me, Ryan
Candy Corn Myers. Thank you. It is the Halloween episode.
Time for that.
Now we have to make sure we say that every Halloween now.
That's right.
So Ryan Candy Corn Myers came to us with Bloodsport. We're 4 weeks in at this point. So we appreciate you guys hanging with us for Bloodsport, and we hope you enjoy the final 4.
And with that, all of our answers are locked in.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
All right. Number 1, Fields of Terror. Jeff and Ken, what'd you guys say?
I don't know why. I just thought that these movies took place in like cornfields for some reason, and we went with Jeepers Creepers.
Okay.
Yep, we thought about that too. We didn't know if it was too early for that. We actually just went with the classic Children of the Corn.
Hanging out in cornfields, it's probably Children of the Corn.
That makes sense too.
All right, number 2, Hell World. What'd you guys say?
We weren't sure, but the one that's all about hellish realms is Hellraiser, so that's what we went with.
Yep, we went with Hellraiser too.
All right, Hellraiser is correct. Number 3, Back to the Hood, THA. Very important distinction. What'd you guys say?
We were talking about Leprechaun, but I think that was just called Leprechaun in the Hood, and I think Candyman took place in Cabrini Green, so we thought maybe this was Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
We went with Leprechaun.
Yes, there was one into Hood, but this is when they went back to the Hood. This was Leprechaun.
Was Candyman 2 just 2?
Yeah, I think so. Just 2. Didn't Leprechaun go to space too?
He was in space before he came back to the Hood.
So he went to the Hood, then he went to space, then he went back to the Hood.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is bad news for our list.
All right. Number 4, Jason Lives.
I guess we're gonna go with Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Yep, Friday the 13th.
All right, that is correct. Number 5, Resurrection. Important distinction. 1997, Resurrection.
I hope it's Alien.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got this one wrong, Mike. That was my bad. We said Halloween.
And the answer is Alien. Halloween Resurrection was in 2002.
That was a good trick.
Yeah, that was a very good trick.
I didn't mean it to be a trick. Actually, I heard Neal talking about Halloween, and then I looked it up and realized there's another Resurrection.
Yeah, well, it was my bad because I knew there was, well, spoilers, it's coming, but there was another movie that was similar, and I was like, oh, why would he put 2 of them in here? But yeah, that was my bad.
All I know is getting that right answer over Neal gave me a Resurrection.
All right. Moving on to number 6, Election Year, 2016.
The Purge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we had The Purge as well.
The Purge is correct.
And I'm going to purge myself after getting Halloween Resurrection
The Purge
wrong.
is always correct.
All right, number 7, The Next Generation.
We weren't sure about this one. We thought maybe it was the kids of the original Nightmare on Elm Street crew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let Mike take this one.
Yeah, Neal was actually talking about the cast in it earlier. It was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The answer is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, number 8, Season of the Witch.
This took me a little while to get, but I think this is the kind of weird first Halloween sequel.
Okay.
Well, we'll give it to Ken. It technically is the 3rd Halloween. It's Season of the Witch.
Technically, it is the 3rd
Technically,
one.
it's the 2nd sequel.
Technically, the answer they were looking for was just the name of the franchise. So.
This is the first one without Michael Myers in it, right? Isn't that how this works?
Yes, yeah, it's like a standalone movie because Carpenter's vision was always kind of to be like an anthology.
Yeah.
Just pained my heart. It's the wrong franchise.
All right, number 9. Let's go to the ghost dimension.
We think this was Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
I hope you're right, because that's what we went with too.
Yep, it is Paranormal Activity. The most profitable films of all time. Number 10, Oh Hell No.
No idea, so we just went with Leprechaun.
Okay.
This one, I thought it might have been in the same franchise as the Marlon Wayans Paranormal Activity spoof series, but I can't remember the name of the series, and all I could come up with was Abnormal Activity, so that's what we went with.
It's kind of a parody movie. It's Sharknado. It's one of the Sharknado sequels.
With Ian Ziering? Everyone's favorite heartthrob?
Tara Reid.
Yes, Tara Reid becomes the star of those movies.
Okay, after the round, it's 90 to 100, and House of Slacks just took over for what were we? Carnival of Bows.
Carnival of Bows.
How could we forget that?
How could anyone forget? Okay.
I'm gonna get a call from Jimmy now.
You guys ready for round 2?
Oh, you might.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're doing a bit?
No, we're good.
Okay.
That definitely wasn't a bit.
We ain't doing a bit here.
All right. Round 2, question 1. This First Lady supposedly haunts the White House's Rose Garden, which she may do by haunted telegraph messages, as she was the first American to respond to a message from the telegraph's creator.
I know this one.
Oh, good, because my head's exploding. I do want to say here before they talk, if anyone has ever heard of Conan O'Brien's podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, whatever it's called, he has Dana Carvey on for 6 small episodes because they're really good friends. And the 6th one you should listen to for a funny bit about telegraph. It's fine. I was going to say phone sex, but it's telegraph sex.
Oh.
It's pretty funny.
There was a Wall Street Journal article that said that Conan O'Brien invented podcasts, or now it's popular because of him. So thanks, Conan O'Brien.
Thanks, Conan.
Apparently.
Mary Todd has kind of a dark history. Do you want to say Mary Todd?
That makes sense. That
she would be a good haunting.
Yeah, the president before that had no wife, so we can rule out Buchanan. That's about the right time frame.
All right, let's say Mary Todd Lincoln.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the telegraph part of it, but I do remember hearing about the haunting part. Was Dolly Madison?
The answer is Dolly Madison.
Holy crap.
Hello, Dolly.
That's like 50 years earlier than we were thinking.
The first lady.
Well, that was Martha Washington.
Well, the first, whatever. You know what I
The
meant.
fourth first lady.
Wow. Moving on. Question 2. If Sam and Dean on the show were chemists instead of... Wait, what is their job again? They would shout, "Throw me this chemical formula in order to repel ghosts and other demons." I need the chemical formula.
Oh, I know. I can talk this out with you, Mike, if you know science, but...
Wait, is this legit science or...
The science is legit. You just need to know what they throw, and then you need to know the chemical formula.
I think I know it, Mike, but we'll talk it out because I'm not a scientist.
Okay. I am not a scientist either.
It's the same deal. So what do they throw?
Okay, we're locked in, I guess. I don't know anything about Supernatural.
I was a fan of Supernatural. I stopped watching after season 5 when the original arc was supposed to end, and when the show was supposed to end, I thought it's a great show. Anyway.
30 years later.
30 years later. Sam and Dean, when they're fighting ghosts, it kind of goes along the lines of Sam gets a little scared, and Dean goes, "Sammy, come on, Sammy." Anyway, they throw salt, and they use salt in a shotgun. So I believe that's, Mike, is that sodium chloride?
Yeah, so that would be NaCl, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
With a little help from our friend sodium chloride. But we did not say that. We thought they might have thrown holy water, so we said H2O.
It is sodium chloride, NaCl.
See, watching TV got me an answer there.
Table salt.
Table salt, correct. Yes. All right. Question 3. Due to a previous Filmation television series having the rights to the name, Columbia had to negotiate and buy the rights to the name in order to call this 1984 movie what they wanted to call it. What movie is it?
What's the word that you're saying?
Filmation.
Filmation. Are you just saying an animated film? Is that
it's actually the name of the company, Filmation.
So basically you're saying they wanted to title something and they had to negotiate with someone else.
Because that name already existed.
All right, what are you thinking, Mike?
I'm not positive. I'm just trying to narrow down that by the year. Would that be around the same time as Gremlins? I could picture that being a cartoon, like animated type movie.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I was just trying to think of movies in 84. I can't remember if Elm Street was 84 or not, but I mean, that was New Line Cinema, unless maybe Columbia was the studio and New Line was the production company. But Gremlins is good. There's also Ghoulies, which is a knockoff of Gremlins, but I think I like your guess of Gremlins. Joe Dante. Let's go with that.
Yeah, not 100%. I mean, I'm not even sure it's 84, but
produced by Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg. Yeah, we really couldn't lock in on anything either. We thought what might be an innocuous title that they would have wanted to purchase, and we figured Ghostbusters came out about 84, so we said Ghostbusters.
So there was a 1970s TV show about 2 detectives and their monkey friend who busted ghosts, and it was Ghostbusters. So the answer is Ghostbusters.
All Jeff right
That's actually why the cartoon had to be called The Real Ghostbusters, because Filmation actually made another cartoon after the success of the movie and called it Ghostbusters, and a bunch of kids were disappointed when it was not what they thought it would
Slimer.
be. Yeah.
As soon as I heard that, Mike, I was like, yep, that's right. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I've actually heard that fact before, too, and I just forgot about it.
Question 4. This restaurant recently released a Halloween-themed menu, which scared people less than when they attempted a small name rebranding in 2018 to announce another new product.
We are locked in on this one.
I think I got this, Neil.
Yeah, I wonder if your head's where mine is at. What do you got?
I was thinking, didn't IHOP have a big thing where they tried to change it to like put the B in there for burger or something like that?
I believe that is correct. On the internet the other day, I saw IHOP had a Addams Family for the animated cartoon coming out, an Addams Family menu, and they had like shakes that had purple whipped cream, and people just showed the remnants of it, and it looked disgusting. So I think that's correct. So let's go with IHOP.
Yep. For the International House of Burgers and Pancakes, we said IHOP. Or IHOP.
Yes, the answer is IHOP. They have like spider pancakes and some kind of like purple hot chocolate.
Filled with real spiders.
Yes. I haven't tried it yet. Not vegan, so you can't have it.
Okay.
Are you vegan now?
No, I just like saying,
It's just tormenting me
Exactly.
for Halloween.
Just for Halloween, yeah. It's spooky.
And no other time.
Mm-hmm.
I only will accept 90% dark chocolate from the
cacao.
Yeah, pure cacao from the trick-or-treating houses.
Do you cacao?
What?
That should be the advertising slogan. Do you cacao?
All right.
90% of the time.
Works every time. Question 5. This spooky character in the Super Mario franchise is known as Teresa in Japan, while American players would know it better by this name, supposedly inspired by a famous blues musician and not a Harper Lee character.
Yep, we're good. We are locked in.
Mike, anything?
Nope. You know this one?
I don't. I can't remember if they're talking about the ghost in Mario, like the ghost that floats around. But Harper Lee character, that's probably To Kill a Mockingbird. So I'm just thinking of what makes sense. Either Boo.
Boo Radley, right?
Boo Radley, yeah. So I don't know if it's the full name Boo Radley or if it's just Radley or just Boo. Because it's probably not Scout, Finch,
yeah.
Gem or anything like that. Or yeah. So I don't know. Should we just go Boo Radley or Boo?
Yeah, I say, yeah. It's probably going to be like Boo Ridley or something. But yeah, I say just go with Boo Radley.
All right. We're gonna go with Boo Radley.
Okay.
Initially, I thought Dry Bones would be a cool name for a blues musician, but the character from Mockingbird would be Boo Radley, so we said Boo.
The answer is Boo.
Oh,
the blues musician was Bo Diddley, and that's who it's named after.
Yeah. How about Mr. Bojangles?
I don't believe so.
In Super Mario 64, the large one is called Big Boo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Jeff calls me after the show.
That sounds beautiful. Moving on to question 6. At Halloween Havoc 1997, Hulk Hogan battled this Ronda Rousey favorite in a steel cage. He must have been out of bubblegum as he was victorious.
All right.
We're locked in.
Just because we know this answer doesn't mean I'm not totally out now on your nonsense.
I only asked one wrestling question. There might have been more in the...
There might have been more?
Yeah, I cut them.
This is a wrestling question plus some other stuff.
Matt always throws a wrestling question in.
Yeah.
Plus a little They Live and
Plus
other
a little
things.
Rousey.
Little Rousey. Mike, do you have the answer?
I would guess Roddy Piper from the They Live part, right?
That is correct. Yeah, we're gonna go with Roddy Piper.
Yep, I'm here to chew bubblegum and answer questions correctly, and I'm all out of bubblegum, so we're going to say Roddy Piper.
And that is the answer, Roddy Piper.
Ken and I are going to have an all too long street fight with missed punches. We're going to go outside by a trash
to
can.
settle this once and for all.
All right, question 7, which is my biggest stretch of the Halloween theme.
Yay!
Speaking of specters, Phil Spector is Phil Spector is an American record producer, best known for this signature music formula, used to create a dense aesthetic that sounds great coming from out of the jukeboxes of the day.
All right, we're locked in.
Mike, I kind of know what he's asking. I just don't know the name of it. Do you have any guesses?
Not even a clue.
So Phil Spector, I think he came up in the middle of the century. I want to say it was something to do with the way he produced the records. I can't remember. A lot of them were in mono, and I'm not saying it was stereo, but I think he stacked tracks on top of each other, or he I can't remember. Double tracked. He did something with the tracks, and he made them maybe twice as loud. I don't know. It sounds really stupid, but I just think that's what he did. But I don't know what to say, so we're just going to say he stacked the tracks.
Okay.
Stacks on stacks.
Stacks on
Sounds
stacks.
good.
On
Right.
stacks.
We
On
said
tracks, on
layering. Layering.
You guys are close, and you're in the right area. It's actually a wall of sound is what he's known for.
Isn't that what shoegazing is known for as a genre?
It's possible.
Yeah.
All right, question 8. While Black Magic Woman was a huge hit for Santana in 1970, it was actually released 2 years earlier as a single for this band. Rumor has it they've added it back to their live set list.
If you know it, you can just lock in.
Yeah, we'll lock in.
At first, I was going to say it was the Eagles, but I think because I was thinking of Seinfeld. But then when I realized Seinfeld was Desperado that they were singing in the car, but that's the Eagles. So I'm not sure about Black Magic Woman.
Have you come to your senses?
Anything on this one, Mike? I don't know.
Hold on, really quickly. I'm sorry. When I was in Japan, I went to a Starbucks, and there was a lady lounge singing Desperado in the Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That's pretty haunting.
Yeah. What else was she singing? I'll get back to that.
Mike, do you know anything about Black Magic Woman?
No. Eagles. It kind of sounds like it would be an Eagles song. I could see them singing it. Or who else is still touring? Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones, maybe.
That's interesting. Live set list. Yeah, Rolling Stones, maybe. I mean, what's his name? Oh, shoot. The guy that my mom loves. Oh, my God.
Neil.
Ken.
Yeah.
Neil Diamond?
No. Silver Bullet Band. Bob Seger. I don't think it's him, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, your mom's in the Bob Seger age range.
Yep.
Eager for Seeger.
You know who doesn't like the Silver Bullet Band? Werewolves.
But
would fit the category.
It would. So I don't know, Mike. Do you want to go Eagles or do you want to go Rolling Stones? I'm fine with either.
I'm gonna let you pick.
Oh no.
Because I talked you into Boo Radley, so I think.
Yeah, you were close though.
I'm just trying to imagine Mick Jagger saying the lyrics. Oi, Black Magic Woman. That's all I got. Yeah, I can't do. I can do the
He's
move.
doing the move.
Yeah.
I'm
doing
He's
the
doing
move.
the cocksure strut right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go Stones. Why not?
So Ken and I came together on this answer. We had an
Lies.
answer, and then we decided we're never going back again because this is Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. When you're talking rumors, you're talking Fleetwood Mac.
Of course.
And there's the clue.
Oh, Mick, hit the gong, please. We're done.
Question 9. This horror writer answered the call of Harry Houdini to ghostwrite for him in Weird Tales magazine.
We are gonna lock in.
The answer to the call is really sticking to me.
Yeah. So when was Houdini around? That would be.
He would have been around early 1900s.
Yeah. So there's Lovecraft is around that era, right?
Yeah, I was thinking. So yeah, I was thinking Lovecraft, but then answered the call like really put me in a weird direction because I was like, Stephen King had the book Cell, but he would not have been alive along with Houdini.
Right.
Lovecraft makes sense. I mean, Houdini was kind of friends with Arthur Conan Doyle, but he wasn't a horror writer. I think you're right. I mean, I feel like Edgar Allan Poe wouldn't have been alive then, so maybe it's the only one I can think of is H.P. Lovecraft.
I feel like that answer to the call is like something that should be right in front of me, you know?
Yeah, isn't answer...
It sounds Poe to me, but that's... Yeah, you're right. The era just doesn't work out.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been alive then, right?
I don't think so.
I'm not too sure. Do you just want to go H.P. Lovecraft? I don't think it's right, but...
I think go... I don't know. Maybe go Poe.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm going to defer to you. Let's go with Poe.
Well, I felt like I was descending into madness listening to that.
God,
but we're going to go with The Call of Cthulhu, I think it's called.
Of course.
Lovecraft.
That would be the call, and it is H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, I believe Poe died in 1842, so it would have been a
Drunken
couple
and
decades
rabid
before,
in a gutter.
Yeah, in the streets of Baltimore.
He died with a rabbit?
No, he
rabid.
Oh.
They think he might have been
had
riddled
rabies.
with rabies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Lovecraft?
Poe.
He was functionally homeless as he wandered the streets of Baltimore his last couple of weeks.
All these like great artists in history, Mozart dying penniless, Poe dying with a rabbit in the gutters.
I think you misunderstand.
I say this is like a movie thing where Ken's the really serious character. He's like, I think you... It's Malkovich. That's who it is.
I think you misunderstand what I'm saying.
Art doesn't pay.
Yeah, but I'm going to
Hit
put
up
you
our
in
Patreon.
a pit with a pendulum after this. So.
Oh, very good. Very good.
We needed a wide enough inseam for that pendulum to...
All right, question 10. In 1938, the H.G. Wells classic War of the Worlds caused wide-scale panic among listeners who thought it was real. Who was the legendary narrator of this program?
The War of the Worlds, or is it H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds? I think me and Neal are going to lock in right away here with Orson Welles.
Yeah, the pride of Woodstock, Illinois. I just saw his trophy or bronze statue there. Orson Welles.
The answer is Orson Welles. That's a layup for you guys.
Thank you. What we were doing there was the Paul Masson sparkling wine commercial that Orson
Have
did.
we talked about it on the show? I feel like we talked about it.
I think we maybe mentioned it briefly.
Right.
Where can people find it? What do they have to search for?
Orson Welles wine commercial.
Okay. Yeah, look it up. It's funny.
The French champagne.
It's funny and a little sad, but it's all good. All right, following regulation, looks like we have a slight lead at Carnival of Bows with 160. House of Slacks has 150.
All right, you guys ready for the final round?
Yeah, let's get those categories.
All right, these categories were all Simpsons quotes, and they were all going to be from Treehouse of Horrors, but I did not find enough to meet the categories, so I kind of made some up. So you guys ready?
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, category 1. Wow, an award statue. It's a Grammy. Category 2. I can't believe Jerry Springer didn't solve our problems, and now he's dead. Category 3. That Simpson thinks he's the Pope of Chillytown. Category 4. The doll's trying to kill me, and the toaster's been laughing at me. Category 5. Now I could get back to my normal dreams, me and Krusty winning the Super Bowl.
The wagers are now locked in.
All right.
So let's get these frightening categories.
You got the categories.
I don't know who that was, but it was scary.
It is scary. Let's get ready for some of these questions.
Yeah.
All right. Question 1 in the award statue. Oh no, it's a Grammy. It was one sweet day for this singer when her fiancé proposed to her with a ring in a ring pop wrapper. He was really wilding out on that one. Number 2, and I can't believe Jerry Springer. This manly late night host's viral challenge encouraged parents to tell their children that they ate all their Halloween candy and that there was nothing left, with hilarious results. Question 3, in The Simpson thinks he's the Pope of Chillytown. While the ghost pepper briefly held the record as hottest pepper on the planet, this similarly spooky-sounding spicy pepper took the record in 2013 and, according to Guinness, currently still holds that record. Question 4. In The Doll's Trying to Kill Me, the toaster's been laughing at me. The inspiration for the doll in Annabelle is supposedly based off a true story where a demon possessed this particular doll in 1968. I'm looking for the brand name of the doll. Question 5. Now I go back to my normal dreams, winning the Super Bowl with Krusty. This SEC coach was also born on Halloween, and the only thing scarier than that was his decision to sign Dante Culpepper instead of Drew Brees while he was running the Miami Dolphins.
All right, we will step out and consider these answers. After a brief but shockingly terrifying discussion, we have our answers.
All right. So let's start with question 1. Let's see if you guys knew who that one sweet day singer was. Let's start with Jeff and Ken.
All right. So we wagered 15 points on this one, and I think we knew it well before the wild and out clue, but we said Mariah Carey.
Yep, we said Mariah Carey as well.
For 5 points.
The answer is Mariah Carey. Good job, guys. Question 2. Do you guys know who that late night host with the viral challenge was?
Pretty sure I remember people being mad at Jimmy Kimmel for getting this all started up, but I thought it was funny, and we'll take 15 points for it.
We wagered 15 points, and for some reason we were just staring Adam Carolla in the face. We said, you know what? I think it's the other man from the Man Show, so we went Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, the answer is Jimmy Kimmel. All right, what do you guys know about spicy peppers?
I know I like them, and we bet 15 points, and we said that this frightening pepper is the Carolina Reaper.
Mm-hmm. All right, we had 10 points, and let Mike take this one.
Yep, we also said the Carolina Reaper.
You guys ever have anything with Carolina Reaper?
I don't.
Seems too
Maybe in
intense for me.
small
Pass.
amounts.
Never.
I
Not for
can't
me.
handle any spice. So
I
That
had,
is true.
I had
Except
ghost pepper
Posh.
fries,
I
and
would
it
say
was.
he couldn't even handle baby.
Is it called the Reaper because the following morning after you eat it, you reap what you sow?
I would imagine so.
Where did that phrase come from? Reap what you sow.
Well, when you sow the seeds, the plant grows, and then you reap the plant.
Yeah.
You harvest it.
So
yeah.
what you grow, you sow.
Right.
Could you say that to a seamstress, though?
And
Would
if
it
you're
make
not,
sense?
and if you're not
No.
industrious and you're not planting all the seeds, you will reap nothing. So you reap what you sow.
Well,
So be careful while you plant your seeds, is what you're saying.
you can't just plant
No,
your seed anywhere.
I don't think you're understanding the phrase at all.
Again, you're bad at this. We'll have another bonus episode where Neal can't figure out what any of these classic sayings mean.
Just give me a list of 10
Bird
proverbs.
in the
and we'll-
hand is worth two in the bush.
But I'm just throwing stones in my glass house now. We can move on to question 4. What do you guys know if you have this doll in your doll collection?
This one provided the most challenge for us. For 15 points, we were thinking about what Annabelle looks like, and I drew a nice little picture here of Annabelle for Jeff, and we went with American Girl.
All right, Ken's drawing kind of looks like Jason Momoa, but
It does.
we won't talk about that. So we wagered
It's
10.
not a goatee. That's like her jaw.
Oh, it's her jaw. Okay. We wagered 10, and I do believe that Annabelle was based on Raggedy Ann.
Mm-hmm. Drawing should have been a little more raggedy. It was Raggedy Ann. Andy escaped that, I imagine. He was not possessed.
No, that's good.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah.
That'll be the sequel.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I guess that's just Chucky then, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 5, SEC coaches. Jeff seemed like he had an idea here.
I think I did, yes. So we wagered 15. Very,
consistent.
Yeah, consistent. I was going to say surprisingly. And I happen to know before he had a tear at Bama and after he was at Michigan State, Nick Saban was the coach for the Miami Dolphins. So we said Nick Saban.
And we wagered 10. Mike said he's a Detroit Lions fan, and I think what he was quoted to me as saying was that he's a fan the first game of the season and not for the rest of the season. But I'll let Mike take this one.
Yeah, we had the same answer. I had no idea though, so that was all Neal. Saban.
The answer is Nick Saban.
All right, so we raked in 45 points on that last round. House of Slacks raked in 50 points, but we were in a slight lead, so it looks like it's 205 to 200, and we are the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop.
All right. Cream of the crop, we all said together.
Yes.
Thank you, Nolan.
Yes, thank you, Nolan.
I love it. Every time. I can hear it over and over.
Mike, you said that Nolan repeats that in the car every time he hears it?
Oh yeah, and then for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's good.
That sounds
So
like
sorry.
that's such like a horror movie too. It's like, and he never stopped repeating it.
Yeah, you round the corner at 2 a.m. and he's in front of the bathroom just going, cream of the crop, cream of the crop.
Anytime somebody pays me like a light compliment, I just play I'm the cream of the crop.
Oh,
that's horrible. Can't speak today.
That's very scary. He's becoming possessed.
I am becoming possessed. That's not having enough water after 2 recordings.
This was a scary episode. Thanks for being a part of it, Mike.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for having me.
You survived, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you got out under the time limit, just like your escape room that you work at. What's that called again?
The Riddle Room, in Rhode Island.
The
And
Riddle
Make sure
Room.
you check out that company online.
Yeah.
And if you ever find yourself in Rhode Island, go there.
Yeah, go to Rhode Island, go to the Riddle Room, say that Triviality sent you, and you will not get a discount.
But you will have fun.
You will have fun.
Actually, if you say that Triviality sent you, I will give you a discount.
There you go.
There you go.
First Triviality discount.
Hey,
Does that make me the first sponsor?
I was just going to say, Mike is the first sponsor of Triviality.
Oh, you know who would be a great sponsor for this episode? Casper Mattress.
But they're not.
But they're not.
As soft as a dead boy's ghost.
Yikes.
And on that note,
that is a great note to end. Thanks again to Mike for playing our game today. Thanks for Jeff, Ken, and Neal. For me, I'm Matt. That was Triviality. I love it.
The only thing scarier than that episode was how we tried to start and end it.
Yeah, it's
That
fine.
was bad.
Can you dig it?
So Ken, Jeff, and myself are here at a haunted house called the Catacombs, and we're going to try and record what we can from the inside. Ken's here. How do you feel, Ken?
Hey, what's up? We're also joined here by Emily and Phil, who have both been on the podcast. Emily is, of course, our Patreon supporter and one of the Five Timers Club. I guess this would be number 6, right?
Yeah, I think this is number 6, and we'll see if she survives tonight.
What are you thinking? What do you think about this, Emily? Are you ready?
I'm gonna sing Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world in my head through the whole thing, and I think I'll be okay.
Okay, well, we'll see if that works, and we're just kind of waiting to enter the haunted house right now. How you feel about this experience, Jeff?
I don't know what's going on right now.
We're making a recording for the podcast.
Oh, okay, then I'm fine.
Jeff is currently pantsless, so no one will touch him during the haunted house.
It's a foolproof strategy.
Yeah. And Phil has canola oil all over his body, so he's slippery.
Yeah, if anybody grabs him, they won't be able to get a good grasp, and he'll slip away.
As you can hear the music here, it's creepy.
Take your time.
Someone is very angry. It's very foggy, but weed is also legal in Illinois. It's very. Yeah, is everyone here?
Got a recording going? Yeah.
Ah!
Phil, how are you feeling?
Super. Thanks for asking.
Mirrors. It's the John Wick room. Oh, yes. Yes. Here it comes.
Oh, it's true! No! Please! Help me! Help me, please!
That was good. Oh, it's the birth canal. All right, we're going into the birth canal. Emily, are you ready to go through the birth canal?
Ready as ever.
You go first. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight.
What's the hold on?
It's all right. We're right here.
What?
Just keep going straight. No.
Why didn't one of you go first?
Oh my god. I can't. Is it you, Phil? I hope. Straight. Oh, is it straight or left? Probably straight. Right?
I don't care who Philip is. I Philip, you know me. I cheat on your test.
There you go. That's after medieval times. Right here. It's a toilet full of feces.
Where's the beer?
This is brought to you by Metamucil.
Oh, there's a PBR.
I don't know. I think I just walk around. So Ken, I'll have Ken recap some of the things that we saw because there was a lot of noise.
Yeah. So we had the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor segment where they play drowning pool.
Yep.
And everybody freaks out. We had the hillbilly horror. What's that movie?
Deliverance or
Deliverance. Yeah. We had the Deliverance section.
Yep.
Of course,
there was the medical, or no, it was a butcher shop with body parts.
Yeah. Which is really impressively violent for a church basement haunted house.
Yes. Very bloody. So Phil in our group is a teacher, and apparently some of these zombies were his students and said they cheated on his tests, if you could hear that. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was good. But I think it was a success, Jeff.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
You have a good time, Emily?
I did.
Good. All right, well, this is us from the St. Pascal's Catacombs, Chicago Haunted House. Ken, Phil, Jeff, Emily, and myself. And hopefully you heard some good stuff.